Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back at it again with a brand new episode of our Extreme Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. Hopefully everybody's doing alright today. I know I am. Let's get right into this episode. If you missed the last episode, I highly recommend you go and check it out, because we destroyed Misty, destroyed the rocket, caught some really cool encounters. Hopefully we can find some even better encounters today. So let's start it off. We find an Onyx in the route beneath Cerulean City. I don't remember the numbers on these routes, unfortunately, off the top of my head, but we're hoping we can catch it. Luckily, we're not one-shotting it right off the bat like we've done some encounters in the past. So with that, we catch Onyx the Rock Snake, and we're going to give it the awesome nickname of Sneaky. And if you know me, I'm not very original, so you know, Sneaky Rock Snake sounds like a great nickname to me. But from there, we move straight on into the underground pathway for Viridian and fight our first bug-type trainer over there. Now, I don't normally want to include all these regular battles, but this was a pretty cool Hitmonlee. I'm pretty sure it was a fighting ground type, so that's why we were doing so much damage with Waterfall. And then, of course, we go against a water-type Sandslash, so easily one-shotting it with our electric-type Electabuzz here, forcing us into the swap-in from the Farfetch, because, you know, we don't want to take on a Solar Beam. I don't remember what Solar Beam is, but I'm 90% sure it's ground-type, so better safe than sorry in that general sense. And from that, we fight the rest of the trainers. Nothing really interesting happens. None of them were really memorable. We get our Pokemon healed up, and it's time to get the fishing rod and get some fishing encounters. I wanted to knock off all these encounters in this episode as quickly as possible from back to back to back. So that's kind of what we're going to knock out here. We obviously only have the old rod, so we don't have anything great. We get a Nidoran. We do try to capture it. It does, I mean, it's level 5, so it's really hard to just try to not kill it. So unfortunately, it does only evolve with a Moonstone, but it's a good backup mon, so there's nothing wrong with having this bad boy on the team for right now. Or not on the team, but in stasis, I guess one would say. But so it takes like 3 balls, and then we finally get lucky enough to actually catch this bad boy. So unfortunately, we do get paralyzed in the process, so this is the last ball. We get it. Finally staying in the ball. Thank God. Hopefully we get some better encounters along the way. Honestly, not that Nidoran's bad, but all these Stone Evos are kind of scary because, you know, we gotta wait till Celadon. Our next encounter above the route above Vermilion, since we didn't go in the grass at all, we just battled the trainers, was a Psyduck. Now, we're really hoping we can catch it, but unfortunately, Digger is an overachiever and was like, nah, you don't need no duck on this team. I'm gonna one-shot this. Then we find a Graveler over to the right of Vermilion, and we're like, hell yeah, we're gonna catch this thing. We want a Golem, because Impossible Evos are on. It'll evolve at like level 40. Not that it'll be a Golem, it'll be something completely different. But with that, we did catch the Golem. Luckily, we didn't, or the Graveler, luckily we didn't one-shot it. We give it the awesome nickname of Rick for Rickroll. From there, we move on into Diglett Tunnel, and we encounter a legendary Articuno. Now, we have fought quite a few Articunos, and I'm pretty sure it's a straight flying type. So, but we tried to weaken it a little bit. Luckily for us, Psybeam is an ice-type move, so it does do super effective damage, but we did not want to one-shot it, so we swap over to Felix, since, you know, flying-type moves don't hurt Felix that much. Sky Attack being flying-type move, it does, like, no damage to us, luckily. And from there, we're just like, how can we hurt this thing enough to even try to capture it? Because, one, I have no status moves. I have absolutely nothing in my arsenal to, like, get it low enough, except for doing Boomerangs over and over again. And hopefully I don't get a crit on one of those Boomerangs, right? So with that, we keep getting hit. It luckily doesn't have great attacking stats. Hopefully that's just for its physical and not its special attack. So after that, we miss the first ball, grab it on the second ball, thank goodness. So with that being said, we add Articuno to our squad. Now, I like to name legendaries after people who have subscribed on the channel and actually comment on my videos. So the more active you are, I'll remember your name and I'll nickname something after you. If you find if you have a Pokemon from Gen 1 that you like a lot, I'll definitely name it after you down below. Just comment what you like. And with that, we named it Moonwolf, and we're going to hold on to this Mon as a backup Mon for right now. So here are its stats, which speed and special are out of this world. Defense is fantastic. Attack is a little worrying since flying in this gen is physical. So it's actually not great for its current moveset. So we have to find some different moves for it, which hopefully we'll be able to. But that is our first legendary on the squad. We're going to hold off on that. It's going to stay in stasis for this episode at least. Then we move on to finding all the trainers on the right, trying to get some levels before, you know, we hit up the SSN and the Lt.Surge's gym. Luckily, Digger just, man, this was a way better catch than I would have thought. Like, Rhydon being straight rock type is just destroying everything. Like, I never would have thought that a Rhydon would probably be one of our best mons of all time. Like, if you would have told me that, I would have laughed at you. Because no offense, in Gen 1, he was good, but he was like kind of mid, if we're being honest here. So, and plus having Crab Hammer, which is high crit ratio, and it's rock in this generation, is fantastic. So, but I believe this Golem gives us a little bit of trouble with that Hyper Beam. You know, it takes us pretty low, and unfortunately we did miss the Crab Hammer, so we try to do an Egg Bomb to test out our damage and how well we do. Luckily, we get the one shot, the one hit KO, knocked it out. Next was a Zapdos. Man, there's a lot of legendaries in this episode today, man. Lots of Articunos, lots of Zapdos. Hopefully that's a, you know, a good thing and not a bad thing, of a bad omen of things to come, right? With that being said, Yggdrasil eats up that Thunderbolt. Unfortunately, Zapdos is a ground type in this, so electric type moves don't hurt it. Oh, and apparently normal type moves, so it's a ground and ghost type. What a unique typing, man. It's so cool for the Extreme Randomizer to run into two weird typings like this. I mean, I can't think of a ghost ground. Oh wait, yes I can. Golurk. It's literally a Golurk. So that's so cool. But, so we try to do our very best. We only sent out Felix because Felix has the best all-around stat move. And we just didn't know how to handle this guy. I mean, like, he was powerful. I mean, look at him just destroying our team. I hope we can get a Zapdos later on because, honestly, he's going to be a beast. So we have to send in the man, the myth, the legend himself. It's time for Kevin. He's going to come out here. Luckily, he has Slam, which is a psychic type move, which is going to be Stab for his typing. So we confuse him, set up a couple double teams so we don't have to worry about getting hit by this guy, and just destroy him. Kevin is the man, the myth, the legend, man. You gotta love it. I can't wait till this guy evolves, man. I hope it's gonna be something decent. But with that, we heal up our Pokemon, head over to the SSN, and we're just like, I wonder how we should go about doing this. So normally I start in the basement and work my way up, and I like to just try to find the best trainer, which unfortunately, the only decent trainer down here was this guy with a Snorlax. I mean, it was a little disappointing, so I'm kind of glad I added a lot of them out, because honestly, it was just like, oh yeah, one-hit battles, like almost all of them. Really disappointing. We tried to go for the cheesy guillotine right off the bat, because I was feeling lucky. You know, we've been one-shotting literally everybody. I think this was the very last trainer we fought downstairs. With that being said, we tried our very best, and, you know, we just kept missing, man. I don't know how we're missing a giant freaking, I don't know what Snorlax technically is. I'm going to call it a teddy bear, though. I don't know how you missed a big freaking teddy bear, though. It sets up a Hyper Beam, hits us square on, but luckily it does not kill us. And that's all that matters there. And with that being said, we put this thing down to rest. The rock type move is super effective, so if it's, I'm pretty sure it's an ice type. I'm pretty sure Snorlax was ice in this gen, so, or in this playthrough. With that being said, we move on with Yggdrasil, and it's time to put down this Persian once and for all. Luckily, Petal Dance, I'm pretty sure, is electric, which is not good for this guy, but when we swap over to Iris, we're able to easily eat that up, since, you know, electric does not hurt Dragon very much. Finishing it off, I'm pretty sure with a single flamethrower, it might be two. But yeah, this Persian did not stand a chance against us, especially when it just smacked itself in the face in confusion, which was absolutely hilarious, by the way. So after finishing this thing off with Flamethrower, we decided to finally move on from all these little trainers down here and move upstairs. You know, we didn't get too much money here, unfortunately. We did get a decent TM, or so we thought it was a decent TM, you know. You would think the strongest trainer would have a decent TM. No, it was Defense Curl. We're just going to sell that. So moving on to finally our rival battle. And I got to say, our rival this time, he was a little intimidating, but I feel like it just was a little bit of a letdown. Don't get me wrong, there were some really close calls, but that Butterfree, I don't know, man. I mean, it got a crit right off the bat, which was scary, don't get me wrong. So we were trying to get Karama a bit more levels. Don't know why it goes for Splash here. I mean, I feel like that was not the brightest move for our AI. Somehow lives the Psybeam on 1 HP. You know, you gotta love how lucky the AI gets sometime. With that being said, he sends out his own Yggdrasil, so you know we gotta do the memes and send out our Yggdrasil. I didn't realize how over leveled we were for this rival battle, by the way. The last Gen 1 game I played, like true Gen 1, was yellow, so I think I was basing my levels off of that. So don't come at me too hard for over leveling, because I didn't think I was over leveling, to be honest with you. I thought I was doing alright. You would think that he'd be a bit stronger, honestly, but we are just absolutely destroying this man. Finally swapping out from Yggdrasil over to Iris the Ponyta. I really want to get this thing to level 40 and see what it evolves into, because if we can get another like evolved dragon type, who knows, man. So many possibilities. It's gonna be so good. But we knocked that thing out in one shot, by the way, so it's definitely either a grass or an ice type. And we finally get to see what Chansey is. A Thrash not hopefully being super effective. Oh, it is, so it's ice. We're 90% sure Thrash is ice, which is nice because Flamethrower not only burned Chansey, but was super effective. So we know Chansey is a ground ice type now, which is a really interesting type combo. So for some reason, we send out Felix, you know, because he has the most even stat range, and it is locked into Thrash at the moment, and Burn, so it is eventually going to be confused and hurt itself every time it's doing Thrash. So unfortunately, I don't have any great moves for this, so we decided to go for Boomerang. Hopefully that we can, you know, put it down, but we only get 2 hits, and not quite there, but we missed the Boomerang, and button mashing, you know, almost cost us, but Poison Powder misses. It gets hit with the Burn. We hit it with the Boomerang, and it's finally out. And with that, that is our rival battle, man. I mean, it was some close calls there. Luckily, we didn't have any stressful situations. But if I would have lost Felix, I would have felt really bad to my button mashing, which we have done before in previous games. With that being said, we get to move on and grab Cut, rubbing the captain's back, making him feel so much better. Who wouldn't? I don't know what Blue was doing up here that made him so seasick. I mean, you know, rated PG guys, we don't know. Moving on, though, we get to watch the boat sail into the sunset, inspiring us to go get our 3rd gym badge. I mean, what's more inspiration than that? So from there, we luckily find the first clip, and unfortunately, I proceed to absolutely fumble this for like 5 minutes. Like, it doesn't show everything, but I think I struggled on this for like 5-10 minutes, and I don't even know why. I hate this puzzle. But we also battle all the trainers, trying to get some more levels, last minute levels before Lt.Surge, and I'm not gonna lie, there were some pretty close calls here, and I probably shouldn't have went for high jump kick. I probably should have just got off of Felix, but you know, we wanted to risk it for the biscuit. That's pretty much my saying for the channel too, is, you know, if you don't risk it, what's the point? It's not fun otherwise. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I have to restart the series, or I move on to another series. I mean, it is what it is, you know. Can't play it too safe all the time. I mean, I probably do more Pokemon Center trips than any other YouTuber out there, let's be honest. Now, we do find this one, and this guy has a Venusaur, and I gotta say, Venusaur is so cool. I love the Gen 1 sprite of it, and we absolutely destroy it with a 2-shot Flamethrower, and this Butterfree is eating these attacks from our Ponyta, unfortunately. So we're 90% sure Butterfree is a rock type, but that's okay because Cut is ground in this, so it's absolutely destroying this Butterfree. Not that our attack is that high, so you know, it takes a few tries, but we do finally knock it out. And with that being said, all that's left is this little Grimer. We don't know exactly what to look out for, so we go for another Cut. Hopefully we can do some decent damage. Unfortunately, we don't, so we immediately go for the Drill Peck. And I guess Drill Peck is way more powerful than Cut because, you know, we get the easy, almost a reshot. Luckily, it lives on 1 HP, and we have to suffer through this annoying Fire Spin. So, unfortunately, in the older gens, if you got stuck in a continuous move, you were not able to attack, no matter what. But with that being said, we finally put the Grimer down to rest, getting Yggdrasil even closer to our level cap of 25 that I had imposed on ourselves. And I messed up the caps again. Who would have guessed? So, we again go back checking every single trash can, not trying to battle that last trainer. Not that, you know, I'm trying to avoid him, but just because I wanted to at least unlock the door. And then in the hype of me getting the door unlocked, I had forgotten that I did not battle him. So we went straight into battling Lt.Surge instead of staying in and battling his trainer. So with that being said, we skipped the last trainer, got to Lt.Surge, and we were looking really good. I was feeling really confident enough that I didn't even go back to heal. So hopefully Lt.Surge is not as scary as we hope. He sends out a Lord Helix though. Against our Kevin, we're a little nervous. We don't know what to expect. He sets up with an X speed, and we slam this man out of freaking existence. Kevin did not come to play games, dude. He's here to take names. And with that being said, he sends out another Marowak. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I was going to be over leveled by this much, so I am really sorry. But Kevin just absolutely destroys Marowak as well. Gets to level 24 in the process. And with that being said, he sends out his own starter, a Charmeleon. So we have a battle of the starters here. Charmeleon versus Kevin the Ivysaur. And we already know that Charmeleon is a grass type, just like Charizard and Charmander in this gen. Unfortunately, you know, that means he's not super effective against us, and our Psychic type Slam just absolutely destroys him, earning us that 3rd gym badge, which you gotta love, man. Easy money. With that being said, we finally had the ability to use Flash and Fly. So, since we have not found a soda can at all, we have to try and figure out a new plan on what to do. So we go and get Flash. And luckily, we do have a Pokemon that can learn Flash. We're going to teach it to Felix and get rid of High Jump Kick. So that's the best way to do that. The reason I get rid of High Jump Kick, yes, it's a high damaging move, but it also has a good chance of missing. After we teach Flash, we go and get our bike finally, listening to this guy's silly little story. Not that we really care, we just want the voucher. So we move on, get our bike. Unfortunately, we don't actually use our bike at all. I'm a big fan of just actually walking around in Gen 1 and mostly Gen 2. We put the bike away, heal up our mons, and it's finally time to move on to the last route of our story this episode. And hopefully get a few more encounters. There's 2 more encounters that we can get, but before we can get them, we have to battle this trainer because, you know, she just has to gatekeep us. So as we enter this battle, we're like, hey, we're pretty confident, right? She shouldn't have anything too scary. So she sends out a Jinx, we send out Felix. We're like, yeah, we got this. We don't remember what Jinx's typing is, unfortunately. Not that we really need to, because Felix just absolutely decimates it with a single headbutt. Luckily, headbutt is stab electric, so we don't really need High Jump Kick either way. Anyways, either way. I can't talk. I'm really sorry. But we get the flinch with headbutt and just absolutely decimate it. Finally moving on from Felix into a Ponyta to take out the Seal. We really want to get this guy to level 25. Unfortunately, Seal uses his own flamethrower and burns my Ponyta. Really weird seeing Ponyta with a burn, man. I mean, it is so weird. For some reason, flamethrower is not very effective, so I'm not too sure if Seal was a fire, a rock, or a dragon. It was kind of hard to tell. I'm assuming fire, but hey, you never know. But with that, it gets us to level 25. We decided to stay in since burn doesn't actually hurt us that much like it does in the later gens by weakening your physical attacks, and this, it just damages you after every attack. So, which, don't get me wrong, is still bad, but it's not as bad as it is in the later gens. With that, we destroy the Flareon though and move on from this annoying bug catcher slash picnicker. From here, we fight one more trainer and grant ourselves, we're getting pretty close to actually getting close to Rock Tunnel. I don't know why I can't talk today. I really am sorry. But this Gyarados, man, I don't know what typing Gyarados is, but it's a pain. Like, this man, he has such high attack still, and he is bulky. Like, Kurama is just, he's been a beast, dude. He's been wrecking kids all day. And Gyarados is just like, dude, not today. You're not gonna be able to wreck me. So we have to send in our boy Felix. Luckily, submission doesn't hurt us too much, and we finally finished it off with a headbutt. Yeah, it's super weird seeing an electric type move not be super effective against Gyarados either, by the way. But from that, he sends out his ground type Kabuto, so we're just like, oh, this is lovely. We don't know what to use. So we go for Waterfall, trying to see if maybe it's a fighting type. Not that I remember if it is or isn't, but we think it's straight ground. So we're just like, all right, we'll just keep spamming Waterfall for right now. Not that we're really worried about level cap anymore, since I think the new level cap will be 32, just so we can get a Venusaur before the 4th gym. That would be pretty cool. Or, well, it won't be a Venusaur, but we can get Kevin to evolve. Hopefully it doesn't evolve into something worse, which definitely can happen. So, it'll most likely be happening next episode, so that's something to look forward to for sure. But with that, we get Felix to level 26 and easily destroying the Ghost Rider. And from there, we get our first encounter above the of this route with the grass above the girl. It's a Doduo. We're not too hyped about this. I mean, don't get me wrong, Doduo's okay. I've never liked Doduo. I like Dodrio. Dodrio was a fantastic Pokemon. I've never ever liked its moveset though in Gen 1. I don't think Dodrio really was useful until Gen 2. I think it got a better moveset in Crystal for sure. And Gen 3, I don't think I ever used Dodrio in Gen 3. Definitely Gen 4 though. But with that, we easily catch this. We're thinking of either naming it Jekyll or Mr. Hyde or Dr. Hyde because of the 2 heads. So we go with Hyde just because of the lulz. From there, we finally fight another trainer with a dragon-type Venomoth, by the way. This thing is a menace. If I evolve into a Venomoth, I would not be mad because this thing somehow survived 5 levels underneath us, and our special attack is huge with this guy. So with that, he sends out a Magmar, and we're like, yeah, we can stay in. We're going to test out the damage. Probably not the greatest idea since, he goes for Bite, which is super effective. Oh, I think Bite's Dragon in this. It's kind of hard to tell, but with that, we get Iris to level 26, one step closer to our goal, and it's finally time to swap out to Kevin against the Tentacool. Hopefully Kevin can slam this guy out of existence. Luckily, he survives with the miss, disables our cheese, so now it's just like, that's cool, you can disable the cheese trap. We're just going to go head-to-head, slamming each other out of existence. He tries to rock our world with the Earthquake. Doesn't do too much damage to us, luckily, so not too sure where Earthquake is in this gen, but it's definitely not doing a lot of damage to us, so not going to complain. Luckily, Poison Powder misses, and we finally end this thing's miserable existence with a Drill Peck. With that, gaining us to level 26. 6 more levels to go till we evolve. We're so close, man. I'm so excited. With the random Evos in this game, you just never know what you can get. And with that, it's finally time to get another encounter. We're going to skip this man, and I'm looking forward to this encounter, man. I'm hoping for something really powerful. I would honestly love a water type. We need a water type so bad, but I just don't think we're going to get it. Instead, what do we get? We get another legendary encounter, man. I mean, what are the odds? Obviously, it's like 151, 1 to 151, so those are pretty good odds, but whatever. It's pretty awesome. So, with that being said, we don't know exactly how to catch this, so because we're pretty high up above it. and we don't know how squishy it is. So what do? We go for the cheese flash. We set up a bunch of flashes just trying to blind this thing so it can't hit us. After we lower its accuracy enough, we're just like, I wonder. Let's go into our boy Kevin and set up some double teams and confuse rays, trying to hopefully make this thing hurt itself. Luckily, horn attack does not affect us, so I'm guessing it's ghost. Because I think in Gen 1, ghost didn't affect psychic for some weird reason. Not 100% sure why that was. But we reconfused it, set up some more cheese, and we're just like, I don't know really what to go for here, so we finally swap back out to Kurama. Kurama hopefully is going to be able to at least do something here, but we're not too sure what, so we're like, maybe not Kurama, and maybe we go back out to... We're thinking Felix, but nah, Kevin. We're trying to see who has the least amount of attack, because we don't want to kill this. We definitely don't want to. So we're like, alright, we know Boomerang sucks, but Boomerang doesn't hurt this thing because it's a ghost type. And we forgot that. Because in our hype and our excitement, we're just like, oh yeah, we can't hurt this thing. So what do? We're just going to keep stalling it. Unfortunately, it is a very long capture, and it does take us about 5-10 minutes to try and capture it. Not that I showed the entire battle in this. I kind of sped it up by quite a bit to try and make it a bit more... easier for y'all to digest. So with that being said, it is a very annoying catch though. So luckily Cut can finally hit, and Cut doesn't do a lot of damage, thank goodness. So Yggdrasil having Cut and our HM slaves slowly growing because of Gen 1, you know, you gotta love it. We get the crit on the Cut, sending him into the red. We use one of our ultra balls hopefully to catch this guy on the first ball. Do we get it though? Let's find out. Yes, we do. Adding us a second legendary bird to the squad. And I actually am thinking about swapping this guy out for one of our mons. We just got to figure out who we're giving up. For right now though, we have no idea. And with this, we name it Glass. Glass has been really popular. Or not popular, but he's been showing up a lot on my Starfield stream, so I really wanted to name a Pokemon after him. Don't think he's going to watch this, though. So if you are watching this, Glass, thank you for all the love and support, man. With that being said, that's pretty much the end of this episode. We were going to go and get our last encounter, but I'd rather save Rock Tunnel all for one episode. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys are liking these edited videos. And with that being said, I love y'all. Stay safe out there, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.